What's going on, everybody? Kasabi from ShowZone here, and we finally have the breakthrough in news for MLB The Show 22. Earlier today, San Diego Studio tweeted a couple things and released a promo on YouTube regarding the MLB The Show 22 cover athlete, which gave us a few teasers and information, but everybody's still kind of trying to guess like who the cover athlete is. I'm going to give you guys my best guess at who that is based on what we've seen so far today. So first, I want to bring up the countdown to cover athlete reveal here.
The wait is almost over. MLB The Show 22 is coming. And we're revealing the cover athlete for MLB The Show 22 on Monday, and we want it to go big, really big. So tune in on Monday morning. We'll be live streaming from the San Diego studio as we'll reveal who is on the cover of MLB The Show 22 live from Times Square. You can watch live on Twitch, YouTube, and theshow.com. Starting at 8:35 a.m. Pacific, with the reveal happening right before 9 a.m. So set your alarms. See you Monday.
Alright, so just a few things from the video that we just watched. First of all, a lot of the social media wording that's been used is it's going to be a big reveal. Now, big could mean a multitude of things. It could mean a big person. You know, we've had some big fellas like Vlad Guerrero Jr., Pablo Sandoval that have been in the league. It could be big as in like a big time legend, like somebody who's legendary. You've got like the big unit, Randy Johnson. You've got the big hurt, Frank Thomas. Or it could just mean big like international. We have a international star like Shohei Ohtani who just had a historic season to end all historic seasons. So the main thing with me is, what does the word big mean in regards to all of these social media announcements? Which we may not know right away, but let's get a look at a couple other things here first. First, you'll notice at the bottom here, it says tune in Monday at 11:30 Eastern for the reveal. Now, if they were to announce Shohei Ohtani, which everybody kind of thinks is like the person that is most likely to be the cover athlete by a wide margin, I did the math, and like New York and Japan are about 14 hours apart. So if it's 11:30 in the morning in New York City, it would be about 1:30 in the morning for Japan. Like, not the best time to have an announcement, especially for something as grand scale as being at Times Square. I know the guys are going to be in the studio in San Diego and they're probably going to like cut to a feed of Times Square, but like it's still something big. Like, you don't just rent out a scoreboard screen thing in Times Square if it's going to be anything that you're not going to really use or hype. So this is going to be like a big announcement. I don't know if that just means like the fact that it's in Times Square is big or what. And then the other question is, since they're doing it in New York, is there any New York connection? We have Derek Jeter, who isn't a legend in the game. They've kind of tickled us a little bit with like the fake reveal last year. Jeter also wore number 2. It is MLB The Show 22. That could have some significance, you never know. But we also have some Mets players. I mean, Mets are also in New York that people tend to forget sometimes. And we have a very good Mets player in the MLB as of now, named Jacob Degrom. Was hurt for some of last season, but he is still one of the premier stars in the league. So the other thing I wanted to look at is this tweet right here, because it's in addition to the announcement that was made by Ramon. So let's go ahead and watch that real quick. So not too much more information here other than like the silhouette of the person pressing against the glass, but let's get a closer look at that one more time. First of all, I kind of get some blue tones here. Like, you can kind of tell that the person's wearing a blue jersey. You don't have like the orange Mets that you might see in a jersey like that. Maybe that's been edited out. You know, we just mentioned that it's a New York reveal. It is pretty similar to the Mets blue, the vibe that I'm getting here. This very well could just be a random person pressing against the wall too, but their build is very kind of thin and lanky, and you know, Jacob Degrom also kind of fits that. I don't know if there's any significance with the hands pressing against the glass too. Like, you look at the hands compared to literally everything else, and like they are relatively fleshed out. Like, everything else is pretty silhouetted or hidden or just kind of blurred. I don't know. So that's where I'm at with that, at least. Just like the cover athlete reveal. This is right about on par with San Diego Studios, however. Last year we got the cover athlete leaked on January 30th, and then they had the actual announcement on February 1st. They did announce a little bit earlier that they were going to have some MLB The Show 21 news, like mid-January. This year we didn't really get it until just now, but it does fit the same timeline as last year. So The release point might also be similar to last year, which we talked about in one of our previous videos. I'll leave the link to that here. I still think the game's going to come out at the end of April. To me, this is where I'm coming from with this prediction. They're using the word big quite a bit, and we have some tones that it might be Jacob Degrom. Well, Jacob Degrom's not a big person. He has like maybe some big hands for a pitcher, but in terms of like him as a person, he's not very big. So what I think is that MLB The Show is going to do something similar to last year. They had Fernando Tatis on the cover, and then they also had Jackie Robinson on the deluxe cover. Now, the one thing I want to point out is there has never been a pitcher on the cover of MLB The Show. You go through all of the covers throughout history from 2006, there has never been a pitcher who was on the cover. So with all of the descriptions of the word big and big reveal and big news, I think what happened is they got Jacob Degrom for the current cover, kind of like they did with Tatis last year, and I am banking on the fact that they got Randy Johnson to be the deluxe edition of the cover and one of the new legends in the show. As everybody knows, there are some new legends that they reveal early on in the teasing cycle, I suppose, before the game comes out. We had a lot of like teaser, stuff with Jeter and Puckett and all them last year. They need to add some new legends that aren't already in the game, and Randy Johnson would be a big one that everybody would love, everybody wants. We also made a video on how good Randy Johnson would be in the show if he were in the game. But to me, it also makes the most sense. You have the person, like the silhouette on the wall, who's blue, kind of looks like Degrom. It's the first year a pitcher would ever be on the show. You have all of these words that say big, and why wouldn't you pair a pitcher with another pitcher? So my prediction is there's going to be Jacob Degrom on the normal cover, and then I'm going with Randy Johnson as my guess for the deluxe cover. And those two covers are going to coexist as the first pitchers to be on the cover of MLB The Show. As much as I think Shohei Ohtani deserves it with the year he had, this would be a cover set that I think a lot of people would be happy with. And everybody, of course, is going to be happy to have Randy Johnson in the game, Jacob Degrom back healthy this season. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there's a whole different direction that I missed? Are you guys maybe excited to see somebody like Derek Jeter or another legend on the cover of the show? Let us know in the comments, and we shall see on Monday. I'm excited to see what they reveal here for the cover athlete or any other new information we can get on the show 22. But for now, this is Kasabi from ShowZone. We will be here with you for all of the breaking news relating to the release of the game or anything that we learn up until the release date. Subscribe for more content. We'll also have some new series coming your way here soon.